Bombay High Court has suspended Salman's sentence. So
Well,
you and I, or you certainly were on the right track. The sentence has been suspended.
That's right.
This is pending, obviously, now Salman's appeal, which will continue
That's
through the
right,
High
Rajdeep.
Courts. So as we can say, therefore, with certainty that Salman Khan will not spend this weekend in jail. It's Friday release for Salman Khan. It's Friday release for Salman Khan. His bail continues. That's the big story. Judge Thipse has ruled that while the appeal goes on, the sentence is suspended. Salman Khan will spend this weekend in the comfort of his home. That's the big story at the moment that we can give you. That's the big breaking news at the moment. Yes, Kapil, you want to make a point? It was expected in that sense in terms of the law of the land.
Absolutely.
It's not a special privilege that he's been given.
Not at all. It's there in our statute. In the CRPC section 389 allows suspension of sentence pending appeal, and pending appeal, which is the first appeal, is a right of the accused. So the order is under the domain of all the other judgments that have been passed by the Bombay High Court, as well as what has been held by our Honorable Supreme Court. Yes.
You know, so in a sense, what we are finding in the courtroom today, it's very clear, Ankit, the judge has decided that on the preponderance of there's limited evidence to suggest that Salman can now tamper with any evidence because the trial is complete. Therefore, pending an appeal in the High Court, he gets the benefit of doubt and his sentence stands suspended. That doesn't mean that his conviction has been set aside. That matter will continue in the courts of the Mumbai High Court, whether the conviction of 5 years should stand or not. But just give us a sense there, you're there on the ground. That news is slowly being digested, and we'll also go to Salman's house in a moment. But Ankit, as that news is digested, what are the kind of reactions you're getting?
Rajdeep, first of all, massive movement here. I'll ask my camera person if we can try and show you a complete surge of reporters from inside the courtroom coming out, running with the news that Salman Khan has indeed been given bail as of now. And more than that, before I can tell you the reaction of others, those who are present, the camera person and the media teams were very happy. They won't have to spend the entire day out here at the High Court. On the other side, the fans, those who are standing here, a loud cheer as far as the fans, those who were outside the court, very happy that Salman Khan won't be spending time inside the jail. So they're extremely happy. The defense team was very confident since morning. In fact, I spoke to Mr. Shivre, the defense lawyer who has argued this case in the Sessions Court, and he said, we are extremely confident that Salman would be at home itself. So Salman Khan won't have to go anywhere. He is comfortably at home. The judge, in fact, in the end said that the notional custody has to be there. You should surrender and then immediately take the bail. Desai said that's the procedure. He will go and take the formal bail. Suppose that the judge was convinced that there is no requirement as of now for Salman Khan to be held under custody. In fact, he also said that pending inquiry, there is no pending his appeal. There is no need for Salman Khan to be kept behind bars. In fact, Baba Siddiqui, close friend of Salman Khan, is in fact here. Rajdeep, a lot of commotion, and we'll try and get you a reaction from him. He's not speaking as of now. I just sort of managed to hold off myself from falling off this ladder that I have been perched onto. So massive activity here outside the court. Baba Siddiqui has been completely hounded by cameras. There are people, those who are trying to get a reaction from him. As of now, he's not speaking, trying to make his way out from here. And
Ankit, I want to hold you to those thoughts. Baba Siddiqui, of course, the former Bandra MP, MLA of the Congress party, and someone who's been the strongman of Bandra till he was defeated in the elections last year. Remember, he lost to the BJP from Bandra, which was once a stronghold of the Congress. So Baba Siddiqui's fortunes may have turned for the worse, but Salman's fortunes, for the day at least, as we see pictures from outside Galaxy Apartments where Salman stays, and we'll wait and see whether Salman meets his admirers after a while. But the fact is, at the moment, that for Salman Khan, it is a day of Friday release. Judge Thipse has ruled that at least till his appeal is completed, Salman's bail will continue. So the interim bail is now translated into more formal bail, or does it remain interim bail?
No, this would be suspension of sentence.
Right.
The law states that till your appeal is pending,
Right.
your first appeal is pending, your order, the trial court order will be suspended. So therefore, he would be enlarged on bail till the date.
And how long is that period? It could be 6 months, 1 year, 2 years?
It could be 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, depending on the listing on when the matter would now come up for hearing. Having said that, it
Yes.
could be that matters such as these do get expedited.
Okay, let me go to Shilpa Ratnam, our correspondent who's outside Salman's house. Shilpa, give us a sense of what you're seeing. Presumably, that news has now trickled into Salman that his sentence is suspended. He doesn't have to spend the night in Arthur Road jail.
Of course, actually the fans here do not know of this. This is the latest development that we have, that his sentence has been suspended. But once we explain this to the fans, I can assure you there's going to be a sense of extreme joy here, because they've traveled from all across the country to extend support. And as we saw some time ago, Ajay Devgan came in just before the verdict of the bail plea was going to be announced. Also, Sohail Khan and his sister Arpita Khan were seen entering, perhaps to be with Salman at this time. We also spoken to his lawyer Zafar, who said that Salman seems very calm and collected, and with good reason. It seems not just has he got bail, but his entire sentence has been suspended. This is going to be extremely joyous news for the fans here, and especially for the family.
So, where is Salman at the moment? Presumably, he's at home with Salim Khan and his mother and others. He's been at home, right? Have some of his relatives
Yes,
gone?
yes.
Have gone to the court while Salman was at home?
Yes, his relatives had gone to the court. His sister Alvira was seen there, but many of his relatives also came and visited him here to be with him, because he was following the proceedings from home. Now he's expected to leave in a bit, because for the formal bond he's apparently required to be there. So there are murmurs that he might be leaving in a while. So the fans, of course, are waiting for that, but they haven't been informed about the suspension of the sentence yet.
I'm told he has a film shoot which is ongoing in Kashmir. Does that mean by come tomorrow morning, Salman will be winging his way to Kashmir?
I think that's definitely something he might do to escape the media and also the sweltering heat here. I think that's definitely a flight that the actor might take out. The
Right.
filming of Bajrangi Bhaijaan is underway in Kashmir. The entire unit is still
Shilpa.
there. The entire unit is still there, and they've been shooting and waiting for me.
Okay, so there's possibly going back to Kashmir, we are told tomorrow. Meanwhile, I'm joined at the moment by Ujjwal Nikam, public prosecutor in the 93 Mumbai blast case that resulted in the conviction and the jail sentencing of Sanjay Dutt. Ujjwal Nikam, your first reactions, is this on expected lines given the nature of the case, sir?
See, normally it does happen when appeal is to be admitted, then the court has to suspend the sentence.
Right.
But since from tomorrow onward there are summer vacation, the court may not be in a position to hold a full-fledged hearing on the bail application.
Yes.
And therefore the court has said
Yes.
that since the bail application cannot be heard fully on the merit, therefore pending the hearing of the admission of the appeal, the court has taken this view and the court has granted that interim leave.
Right. So the big story that you're giving at the moment, your own belief, how long therefore can Salman therefore breathe easily for a year or two, sir?
No, not like that, because immediately after the summer vacation,
Yes.
because the court has asked him to file a fresh bail application, it means the court will hear the entire bail application fully on the merit. And that time only the court can hear what is the merit in the substance, what the actor has alleged, what the prosecution has to say. So both sides will have a fair chance of advancing submissions.
Okay, so that's Ujjwal Nikam. Appreciate your joining us there at the moment. Nisha Jamwal, your first reactions to what you've heard. But before that, I want to go to Abdullah. Abdullah, आप मुझे बताइए, सलमान खान को कोर्ट ने कहा कि जो उनके खिलाफ जो सेंटेंस है उसे सस्पेंड किया गया है, उनको जेल नहीं जाना पड़ेगा. किस तरह से आप देखते हैं भाई साहब? अच्छा, Abdullah, we'll go to Abdullah in a moment. Nisha, your first reactions. There will be those who will say that, look, you know, he had the best battery of lawyers, that's why he got away. But the fact is the law was in favor of Salman Khan. It isn't that he's innocent. We need to keep emphasizing that. It's not about innocence, it's only about bail. But will there be a sense, particularly in Mumbai today, among the social among celebrities or others that, look, we can get away because we have the best battery of lawyers with us?
Definitely not. I think the sense in Bombay and the whole of India should be that you don't get away with things like this, and you spend 13 years in fear of what's going to happen. He has been punished in a sense. 13 years could not have been easy for him. Rajdeep, I also want to point out something right here. This would be a good opportunity for him. 90 lakhs is not enough for 4 of the victims. This would be a great opportunity for him to reach out and do something for Abdullah Sheikh and the rest of the families. Because now is not the time when he would be picked up and said, hey, you're trying to, influence the course of justice. Don't you think this would be a fabulous
No, hold on. Let me check that. You're raising an important point. Can he now reach out to the families of the hit and run case? Because earlier, if he had, he could have been accused of influencing witnesses. Kapil, can he now tell an Abdullah, look, I'm going to, in all my films, you'll be my spot boy? Can he ensure that they are paid for the rest of their lives? Can he now give compensation, or will that be court directed? Will the court have to direct it?
As far as I understand, it should be court directed, because there is a small chance that there could be a retrial. See, we have to remember that 304 part 2 was put in on a statement of a witness who wasn't cross-examined.
Right.
And there could be much more to it than what has been argued today or decided today. So tomorrow, if he wants to give compensation, and rightly so, in all probability he should apply to the court, and the court may direct him, or the payment would be made through the court.
So in a sense, you're saying that even if there was to be compensation, it will have to be done through Salman is safer to do it through a court process. Should he try to do it independently, it can lead to allegation that he was trying to influence witnesses.
That is absolutely right.
That therefore, Nisha, is the worry that Salman may wish to even help these victims of the hit and run case, but he could well face a retrial, in which case the allegation would be made that he's influencing the witnesses. So he will have to wait for the court to direct it, or his lawyer, as they did in the Sessions Court, appeal to the court that they are willing to provide whatever compensation is required. So it will have to be done through the court process, Nisha.
Yes, I agree, but this would be a great time for him to push that point and try and do something on a humanitarian ground.
Right. Well, the fact is that the bail bond is just 30,000 rupees, the kind of money that Salman would sort of make in a few minutes of being at a shoot. But obviously that is the law of the land again. I think we need to stress, while we can outrage against the way VIP culture and the top lawyers of this country might have been there with Salman Khan, the law of the land is that in a hit and run case, it's 30,000. The only question that I will ask, if it was a truck driver involved, would the process have moved so fast? That's the question I will ask, Kapil. That if there was a truck driver instead of a Salman Khan in this case in a hit and run, would the process have moved so fast in terms of granting of interim bail first on Wednesday and the hearing taking place as early as Friday?
Can we take a step back and understand that it took 13 years for the matter to get decided?
Yes.
And that is how our criminal system law is. It takes its own sweet time. And yes, the matter was expedited in this case, which is right, and that was because of the kind of lawyers that were there. But if I ask myself, if I were unwell, I would probably go to the best doctor I can afford. And that is exactly what you would do when you have a case against you. You would go to the best lawyer that you have.
Okay, that's one way of obviously looking at it. Ankit Tyagi, give us some more details. You tried to get through to Baba Siddiqui. He's moved away. It seems that Salman's team has decided, let's keep a low profile. Let's not say anything which will now in any way harm the case of Salman Khan. And we are all, as Shilpa was reporting, he may even go and start shooting as early as tomorrow. But have we heard from the prosecution at all? Are they disappointed?
Rajdeep, before that, let me bring you up to speed with what has happened. We have got the entire order. In fact, the order was dictated and we have the entire order. Two important things. Before Salman Khan, as you were saying, could go and resume the shooting, he will have to come to the Sessions Court to execute the bail bond. That's the process. So he will once have to start from his house, come to the Sessions Court, where he will have to file the bail bond of rupees 30,000, and then Salman Khan, of course, can go ahead. Also, the order has said that Salman was on bail throughout the hearing. It's nobody's case that Salman is likely to abscond if he's released on bail. both parties want to appeal, want their appeal to be heard expeditiously. It will be proper to suspend the sentence pending the hearing of the appeal. Bail has been set for 30,000 rupees, and Salman will have to a fresh bond to be executed by Salman Khan himself. He will have to go to the Sessions Court. The judge also said that the passport of Salman Khan should be confiscated. On that, the defense lawyer has said that his passport is already with the Bandra police, and he requested the judge to allow him to travel outside the country after intimating the local authorities. On this, the judge has in fact given permission. He said take permission, and he said that if you are given permission, then you can go abroad and for your business. So Salman Khan will have to once come to the Sessions Court. As of now, since the order is being dictated inside, both the defense and the prosecution lawyers are inside. In fact, what I've been told from inside is that his sister Alvira, who was throughout with Salman Khan, she was the one also on the other day who was with the lawyers Harish Salve at the High Court when Salman got that reprieve. She in fact was smiling, and then she burst into tears of joy, I would say, after Salman Khan was given this relief. So if Salman will have to once come to the Sessions Court, and now after the order is dictated, his team will go. Then Salman will reach the Sessions Court, where he will sign the papers, will submit the bail bond for rupees 30,000, and then, as it seems, for a long time, possibly before the appeal pending in High Court is, some judgment comes on that, Salman Khan is a free man to go and shoot or do whatever he wants.
Okay, so that's what you're hearing at the moment. The judge is reading out the sentence. I'm told, and I stand corrected, but Judge Thipse is, I'm told, the brother of Praveen Thipse, former chess champion. So he's moved rather quickly this morning and ensured that before the summer break, before the courts break in Mumbai for the summer, the matter is heard. I don't know if Abdullah is still with us, because I want to get a reaction from him as and when he comes through on the line. Remember, there are the victims, and it's not just Salman who's had to go through 13 years of waiting to see what happens. Remember the victims. For 13 years, one man lost his life, 4 others suffered injuries. So there is that side too to the story that we must not ignore. I think the line we still haven't got through to Abdullah, but we will try when possible to go through to him. Those are the images now that are coming in from Galaxy.